right, what is up, peeps? Welcome back to NikkiT.live, and why does it say no stream guest? Let me refresh that. I just checked that a second ago. I know it's just me, but there we go. Cool, cool. And no, I do not work at OpenSauced right now, so let's go fix that. Now the game's OpenSauced. OpenSauced was amazing, but I am no longer there. All right. Let's just remove that. Cool. And let's try refreshing that again. Okay, give it a sec. It's been a minute since I've streamed on my own here, so that's how we roll. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Hey, how's it going? ID the J3. Good to see you. Hey, Alex. Good to see you. Yeah, curious for folks in the chat, how does my microphone sound? I literally just got a new microphone and I wired it up, so if it sounds funny, let me know. I was on a call before, it seemed to be good, but anyways, let me know otherwise. All right, just let me redeploy that because I do not work at OpenSauced anymore. That's the fun thing about having overlays. You can just redeploy them. It usually refreshes before I have a stream, but I just started. Okay, sounds great. Cool. Yeah, I finally got a really nice mic, a Shure mic, not the top of the line one, but a decent one. It's called the MV7 Plus. Uh, I don't know. So just wanted to up that a bit. Definitely not going to change my camera anytime soon. I just use my iPhone still. I can't really justify, drop in a few $1,000s on a DSLR camera for like a live stream where there's typically almost always under like 20 people at a time watching. So, anyways, okay, did this deploy yet? Okay, I think that's good. I'm just gonna refresh my. There we go. It just says Nick Taylor now. Hey, Nixia618. Good to see you, my man. Or no, Nixia. That's just an expression, my man. I say that a lot. What's up, my man? Okay, cool. So what the heck are we doing today? Okay, well, let's switch over to my other screen. And so Daniel Roe of Daniel Roe fame, aka Nux Core team and all that, started to I'll drop the link to this post. Video looks good. All right, thanks, Pranav. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I had my last stream of the year with a guest, hung out with the creator of Waku, the React Minimal framework. Went well. Um, just dropping a link there. This is the post that Daniel Roe dropped. So basically, just go check it out. I'm not gonna play the video because it'll look weird on. Oh, he just retweeted. So yeah, so I'm gonna be working on this browser extension. So what the heck am I talking about? So there's this project that Daniel has. It's still brand new. Uh, yeah, I could try a basic camera, Pranav, but honestly, I don't think it's worth the money at the moment. Like, I used to have a webcam. Well, I still have it at Logitech, which was okay. And then I finally got a decent iPhone. Like, it's I guess air quotes old now, but it's an iPhone 13, and the camera is like way better. So I just use that all the time now instead. And you know, I think if I get paid more than like $100 from Twitch every couple months, at that point maybe I'll look at a new camera. But I wanted to just up the mic a bit, so ended up buying that kind of mid-range Shure microphone. I'm sure people that have the top of the line ones will probably say it's not as good, which it probably isn't, but it's way better than I had before. So, all right. So, anyways, I'm getting distracted here. So Daniel Rowe has this project, and if I go to my issues, because I've got issues, where is it? No, where the heck is it? Let me go to here. I'm gonna go off camera for a sec because I'm just gonna check my DMs where Daniel sent me the link to it because I can't seem to find it for some reason. Okay. Also, good to see a bunch of people over on LinkedIn. I usually have less people coming from LinkedIn, but that's cool. All right. Let me just find uh, the link from Daniel in my DMs. Okay, so there's this project. Let's open that, and then I'm gonna open up the other thing he shared with me. Okay, let's come back. Okay, so basically there's this project that Daniel is working on. He's still it's still early days, so I don't think he's really posted it so much. But I asked him, he said it was cool to live stream about it. Yeah, Pranav. Yeah, I find the iPhone's pretty solid to be honest. And like I said, if I start making like a few $1,000s a month on streaming, then I might change my tune and buy a DSLR. But it's been pretty solid. All right, so there's this project called unsite.dev from Daniel, and if you can actually just go to it. So what the heck is it? Okay, I'll zoom in a bit here. So you can, from what I've understood, and like Daniel kind of mentioned, it's a proof of concept, but regardless, you can install it as a GitHub app and it should be able. Okay, LinkedIn. Yeah, Twitch is always the one that seems to be the most current. I didn't know how much LinkedIn lagged, but YouTube usually lags a bit too. So, and also thank you for the follow, Pranav. Cool, cool. So basically, there's this GitHub app and it can run on your repository and it'll find similarities and issues. So like as a maintainer of a project, it can happen very often that people open up the same issue. Maybe they didn't look into the existing issues or maybe they're just yeah, I don't know. They honestly just didn't know or anyway, so this is meant to be a way to detect similar issues. So you can install it as a GitHub app and I can say like configure it for a repo. Let me just sign in here. Okay, so I'm not gonna put on all repositories right now, but let's see here. You know what we should do before we get started is I'm gonna create a new repo and if people are interested, if not, I'll do it myself. But I want you to it's going to be like this repo is not going to be used for anything aside from testing unsite.dev integrations with the GitHub app. But if people could open up issues and look at what's there and create like a duplicate issue, even either copy verbatim or just like similar. But let me create the repo first. So let's go back to repositories. Let's create a new one. So test repo for on-site dev. Okay. This the purpose of this repository is to test the on-site.dev GitHub app, which uh, finds similarities in GitHub issues. All right. Let's put a README git ignore template. Let's just go node license. We'll go MIT. There's literally going to be nothing in here. Okay. Let's create the repository. Choose an owner. Yes, me. All right. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, B1 Mine? Lurk away, my man. It's good to see you. Okay. Yeah, we don't need wikis or anything. So it's public. Okay. All right, and I added there. There we go. Perfect. So basically, I'm gonna share this, and yeah, it's good to see you too, B1 Mine. So here I'm gonna paste the repo. Uh, and basically, I want you to, if you can, create issues and just we'll try and create duplicate issues or like similar ones. So I don't know. CI fails. This the CI is failing. Not sure why. So if people want to create a similar issue about CI, I'm gonna create a few issues here. Let's create a other new issue. And if y'all aren't following B1 Mine in the chat over on Twitch, he's good people. Go give him a follow on Twitch, and he's also on Blue Sky and all the places. Okay, cool. Thanks, Pranav. Let's go see what Pranav created. All right. Random test issue. Something is failing. Perfect. Okay. I'll create one too. I'm actually going to literally copy and put the same thing. Not sure what is up. Random test. I'll say random test failing. There we go. Okay. Now, I haven't actually tried. I installed this on one of my repos the other day, but I didn't have any duplicate issues. So here we already have a few. Okay. Maybe if people can add like one or two more, I'll add another one too. I'll say like, and we'll try and keep one unique, but I'll just create another new issue. I'll say CI fails when building app. Okay. And then we'll just create a new one. One more. We'll just say, love the project. Everything is working. Awesome. No issues. All right. So obviously like silly stuff here. Okay, so we've got 7 issues now. Okay, so that's great. So we got some good stuff here. So if we go back to, we don't need to see my stream guest, not that there's anything to hide, but so the way onsite.dev works is you need to install it as a GitHub app. So what did I call my project again? Test for onsite dev. Okay, cool. All right, so let's come back to here. Let's go to onsite.dev and I'm going to install as a GitHub app for me. And we're just going to select repositories. If you were a maintainer, I think long term you would probably want to install it on the all the repos you maintain. But I'm just choosing the one. So let's do that. And I'm going to save it. Okay. And now it's saying it's updating repositories. Okay. Now, if we go to Daniel's project, and this is not what we're doing today, this is just some setup. We're actually going to start building out a browser extension. But so you can see here, so detect duplicate GitHub issues, areas of concern, and more related repositories. So from what I can tell, it looks like maybe he's doing pending triage as a tag. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Try it out locally. Okay, development. Create a GitHub app for development. Okay. I use the actual public one and just ran it. Okay, we don't need any of that. Okay. So I'm not sure what it's gonna do to my repo yet. So let's refresh and see. Okay. So Daniel opened up a random issue too. Okay, so Daniel is definitely around. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I don't see anything yet. I just want to see. It's a GitHub app that runs, so it wouldn't be in actions and stuff. Hey, Daniel. Um, this is the first time I'm using it, so okay, it's still updating repositories potentially. Um, yeah, so for folks who aren't aware, Daniel Roe in the chat is the one who built onsite.dev. Uh, I will reiterate, it still is a proof of concept, but this would be something super useful for people who are maintainers, because essentially, like, for anybody that's maintained a project, there's the coding aspect of things, but a lot of it is dealing with like maintaining the repository, like going through and triaging issues and stuff. So if there's things in place that could automatically detect like duplicate issues and stuff, this could be just really nice. Um, Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Yeah, check out the repo. I'll let me drop it again. Is there a link to it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, the source is there too, but I'll drop the link again here. Uh, all right, let's paste that in here. It's a funny thing with OBS. Like I have the chat in OBS because I'm using Restream, and you can't Control C or Control V in it. You always have to right click and copy or paste. But anyways, first world problems. Okay, so also there are issues in this repository if anybody's interested in contributing to the project. Still early days, so it could be interesting to get in early. Uh, Nightbot, what are you doing? No, it's okay, Daniel. I have to configure Nightbot. Here, I'll. Oh, okay, I see. All right, I'm gonna post it again. I've got to disable that Nightbot. Apologies for that, Daniel. Let's see here. I'm just gonna paste what Daniel pasted because I don't think anybody else was able to see it. Okay, so let's go to the link that Daniel was suggesting. And I'm gonna take a note. I say this every stream, but I've got to fix Nightbot. Fix Nightbot. Writing it down. Okay. So we can see here. Okay, so already it's grouped some stuff. CI fails, CI fails. Okay, so it is working. So just to reiterate what's happening here, I installed a GitHub app. It timed you out. Oh man. Let's see it while we're here. Let's just go to Nightbot and like I just gotta disable it, I think. Add to chat. Okay, Nightbot. Um, Logs, where is it? Integrations, Discord. No, no, no. Am I logged in? Yeah, I am logged in. Commands. No, none of that. Logs, regulars. You know what? I'm just gonna add you, Daniel, so you can. Daniel, new regular. Daniel. I don't know if that'll help you, Daniel. But anyways, so just to reiterate what Daniel's done here, so it's a GitHub app. It's running on your repository, and you can see here it's already grouped similar issues. So and then Mike Chen. Oh hey Mike, how's it doing? How's it going? Did Nick already say what the browser extension is going to do? Yeah. So what this is going to do is when you go to an issue, like so say we go to this CI fails issue, uh, there was no design for this, but basically Daniel wants to show the similar issues, and this is something you do with the browser extension. So like I've worked on a few browser extensions, including like McAfee's browser extension back in the day. So like essentially the browser extension allows you to literally extend the page. So we're probably going to make a fetch call. I imagine there's probably a service. I have to see how Daniel exposes that or how we're going to do that. But essentially, like when I go to this CI fails, we should be able to show this. So like, for example, I'm going to just give you an idea of what it would look like. Just hacking the dev tools here. Okay, there. Okay, so let's just copy this whole, let's cut out this element. Did it cut it? Cut. Okay, so if we go to this issue, and then basically we could, I don't know, let's inspect over here. I'm gonna zoom in the browser dev tools so you can see it. This is me just kind of mocking on the fly here, but so you have the DOM here, and like let's just go and find. Okay, so that's the form. So let's maybe do something like above the form. So let's just say like edit as HTML, and then paste this in. Okay, and then close this. So now this is again, this is just very rudimentary. Okay, 79% similar bit. Okay. So you can see here, I just edited the DOM here, but the idea is like you go to the issue and you could see associated issues here. And then this would just be a signal to like the maintainer, like, oh, we got a few issues here. You know, like maybe let's close them. And I even wondered too, Daniel, just thinking off on the fly here. Let's go to 79% similar. Oh, okay, yeah, that won't work because I just hacked the page. But if we go here, 79% similar. So it's just gonna load up here. And okay, so there's some other ones. Okay, so some people are adding. So yeah. So like CI fails, yep, move to ESLint flat config. That could be related maybe. Oh wait. Oh, it's because I did the Astro. I forgot I added it to another repo. I was like, did somebody create that? So okay, interesting. So actually this is a question for you, Daniel, since you're in the chat. So it's not looking at just my repo, it's actually showing me similarities across repos, I guess. If you were to have, like, as a maintainer, you'd want to see, like, I'm running into similar issues across multiple repos. I thought it was isolated to the one repo. So, um, okay. But I guess that makes sense because I'm looking, well, actually, I'm in the test repo for unsite.dev. That's the repo I created. And I guess because I have the GitHub app installed in one other repo, it's finding similar ones, I guess. Um, but anyways, from what I understood, Daniel just wants to surface the similar ones in that issue. So like I was showing a second ago, and it's not because you want to necessarily close them. Maybe you do end up closing some of them, but maybe it's also to spot trends. Like there could be many reasons why. So basically, we want to create a browser extension that will, when you go to an issue, it'll just do, I imagine it'll be a fetch request to some endpoint to say, like, go get me similar issues or something. I don't know how that's going to look yet. I have to look into the project a bit more. Um, okay, so Daniel's saying right now it filters across your org, but I could isolate it to the one repo if you want. Okay. Yeah, that it could be, it's definitely interesting across the org, especially like I'm thinking of obviously some of the stuff you do like on JS or like the Nux org. But it could be interesting too for like just uh, showing it per repo as well. Um, but it would be interesting though to see trends like, hey, every project I work on, I CI/CD just doesn't work, so that could mean something. Okay, so all that said, we basically, with this browser extension, we want to extend the GitHub issues page, or maybe we'll surface it other places in GitHub at some point. But that's kind of the idea from what I understood with speaking briefly with Daniel and DM'd. So I'll leave this open. Okay, Pranav saying we can have some toggle to see in a repo or maybe a checkbox to select repos, just thinking out loud. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's open source. There's issues open right now, but maybe start a discussion about some things you'd like to see. I definitely encourage you to try it out first. But yeah, so that's kind of the general idea, and the issue is this one that I'm going to be working on. Am I in the right? Yeah, onsite.dev. Yeah, Chrome extension. So this is what I'm going to work on. So I've worked on browser extensions before, and the last couple ones I've done, I've used the CRX Vite. I'll just show you that briefly. That's not what we're going to be using, but just want to show you all the tools out there. Uh, cool. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so this is what I've used in the past. It's using Vite as well. We're going to be using something with Vite as well. Um, but this does have some limitations. You can choose your framework you want to use, like React, Solid, Vue, or you can just go vanilla JS. It supports TypeScript. Unless they fixed it, doing development with Firefox for building out the browser extension doesn't work in this right now. There's an issue open for it. And it doesn't mean you can't have the browser extension work in Firefox. It's just the development environment. So like hot module reloading doesn't work. And the other things about a browser extension is there's a few moving parts. So you have a manifest, and that's typically what tells you something about it. So like if we go to, I'm going to go to one I created. It's a very basic one, but it actually helped quite a bit when Twitter was actually Twitter. Alley Twitter. So this basically used to, I'll share this for anybody interested. It's also on Firefox, but what this used to do was I was able to detect if somebody had forgotten to add alt text to an image. And so I wouldn't annoy them, I would only do it once, but that's what the whole purpose of this was. And if we go to, do I have a link to the repo here? Okay, let's just go to my GitHub. Point isn't to showcase this, it's more just to show you the breakdown of some stuff in it. So if we go to, I clicked on the wrong button. Okay, so Ali. I always say Ali instead of A11Y, but anyways. So this wasn't using CRX JS that I mentioned. This is really just vanilla JavaScript and not too much else. All right, so just kind of want to explain a bit of a browser extension before we start building one. So you have this idea of a manifest. It's like there's manifests and other things, but basically it's just some meta information that the browser extension stores can use, and also your browsers when they load it up in your extension. So this is using manifest version 3. I won't go into all the details of that, but everything used to be on manifest 2. And then I think it was more Google or like the Chrome people pushing for version 3, and this it just added more security, and just you were able to use more modern stuff. There was some pushback about it because I think it affected ad blockers. I can't remember the whole story there, but there's other just basic stuff here like the name, what it is, the version when you publish it, some stuff like icons and stuff. And then you have other things here like content scripts. And uh, content scripts are think of it as the front end of the browser extension. So in here, you can have CSS, JavaScript. If you're using a tool like CRXJS or the other one, which I'll show you shortly from Anthony Fu, you can use TypeScript as well. But basically, what this does here, if we take a peek at it, is we're basically saying I only want to run this browser extension on anything that's twitter.com. And this is super important when you're building a browser extension, because if you don't specify anything by default, your browser extension, if somebody decides to install it, it'll run on literally every site, even if it's not doing anything for that site. So you could end up actually slowing down websites by loading your browser extension on every domain. Um, and there's ways to kind of mitigate that, but regardless, you should still like specify, like be kind of laser focused where this works. There are exceptions like 1Password and other password browser extensions for password managers. They do need to run on every site, so that is an exception. But there's other things you can do too when it kind of mounts up. You can choose when to run the scripts. So in this particular case, I'm not running it immediately. Uh, there's a terrifying permission prompt too, exactly, Mike. And this is just a general thing, like a classic programming thing. You want to have the follow the principle of least privilege. So like only give as much permissions as this browser extension actually needs. If it actually doesn't need to do anything about storage, or it never needs to access other browser tabs, don't set those permissions. Just set literally only what you need, because like Mike said, you can get that scary permission prompt, and it actually might deter people from installing your browser extension too. um, so anyway, so you have this run at. So this particular one, it runs once the page is loaded and things are idle, and it just happens to load this particular content script. So this is the JavaScript part of things. And if we come to the source files, again, this is literally just plain JavaScript, because I didn't decide to bootstrap it with TypeScript and all that stuff because it was very minimal. But essentially, all I did here was, I mean, it doesn't really matter what it's doing, but you can see here, like, I added a listener on mouse down. Maybe that could have been uh, a little better, but basically, I just check and I find the tweet button. So like when somebody clicks post on Twitter, and if it finds it, it does the accessibility check to see if somebody did the alt text. And then basically I don't bug them too many times. I just check once here. because you don't want to annoy people. But anyways, so that's just a script that runs on the front end. Yeah, no worries, Daniel. Take care. Yeah. Out of audio. Yeah, yeah, all good. So that's one aspect of it, but like a website, there's a front end and a back end. So like a browser extension actually has a back end too. And the back end is not accessible from the front end. So like if you think of like a password manager in a browser extension, it's not like you're gonna have all your password credentials just sitting in the front end because like people could read that stuff. So you have to do message passing and you just have to send an event to say like it's like chrome.runtime.send message, I think. And you send a message and then you have a backend that's listening to it and depending on what the message is, so in the context of of like a password manager, like if we log not that I ever really log out of GitHub, but so if we come here, sign out from all accounts, sure. What? Okay, sure. Not sure what's going on there, GitHub, but let's just come back. Okay, and this is a page I almost never see, but let's go sign in. So, all right, so already here, this is one password popping in and saying like, do you want to sign in? Now, so I don't know exactly the flow of what happened, like code wise, but probably one password, the front end part of it loaded, sent a message to say, is this person logged into this site or, and if they aren't, can you go get me like their username? And then it comes back and the UI renders with like, okay, here are some login credentials you can use on this page. It might not even have the password at this point. I don't think it would. And then I go ahead and click and okay, all right, what's going on there? Okay, I'll just sign in with whatever. I think the passkey is for something else, but no, cancel, cancel. All right, I've made a terrible mistake. And you can see here too, the UI's been bootstrapped. So there's the CSS aspect. Again, this is all front end stuff. So okay, the passkeys for my MFA. Okay, so then I'm in. So like basically that whole flow was like one password detected. I wasn't logged in. If I'm logged into one password, it'll say, go get me potential usernames for this particular site. And then once you say like, fill the form, it's at that point maybe that it goes and gets the password. And then it puts it in and then logs you in. But like the store of all the passwords is always in the back end of the browser extension. And it's probably not even sitting in the back end. It's like the back end for a browser, a password manager is like, it's probably calling some other API, to go to one password and stuff. But that's kind of how you isolate things. So you have like the front end of the browser extension and the back end, and you use message passing to kind of communicate that way. That's a lot of preamble, I know, but I just kind of wanted to give some context of browser extensions if people have never worked with them. And now we're going to go look at the project that we're actually going to use. I've literally never used this, but it's called Vitesse WebEx. So this web extension, I'm guessing. I'll go ahead and drop this in the chat. All right. So this is from Anthony Fu, aka Ant Fu, who's a pretty prolific open source contributor and maintainer. And this is similar to the other project that I was going to use until Daniel suggested this. I'm also going with this because I know Daniel typically does Vue as well. I could have used Vue in the other one, but this one uses Vue and it's powered by V2, which is good. So we'll get HMR and all that stuff like hot module reloading and everything. And this actually is supported in Firefox too in terms of web development. So this is just demos and stuff, options page. These are standard things in browser extensions. And this is an example, I'm guessing, of AntFu's demo web extension, which you see it adding stuff to antfu.me maybe. Okay, and so it's got some stuff here, instant HMR, like I mentioned, Vue 3. To be clear, I've done a bit of Vue, but it was really mainly with Daniel on a live stream and Daniel Roe, and I think I might have done some with my buddy Drew a couple years ago. But I'm typically doing React. But anyways, not intimidated by it. It'll be fun to dig into it. It's also using Uno CSS, which is another project from Anfu. It's just another take on Atomic CSS. It's got TypeScript. You can import components and stuff, all that stuff. Um, so there's a content script, which is what I was showing you before. You can even use Vue in there, apparently. So, okay, so that's interesting. And yeah, so it can be used for Chrome, Firefox, and others. The thing I'll mention about browser extensions is they've kind of agreed, like Chromium or Chrome kind of won, I don't want to say war, but like their API just kind of dominated, and Firefox's was different for a while. And I think at this point it's not 100% compatible, but it's like a lot of the API is pretty compatible. Um, and I've deployed stuff to the Firefox web store or the Chrome or Edge web store before for the browser extension. This probably would work for Safari as well, but it's a lot different. And I've never actually, like when I worked at McAfee, I didn't do the deployment, but basically deploying to the App Store, which is what you have to do for an extension for Safari, is a lot more complicated. There's licensing, and it's kind of like deploying a iOS app. So I've never done that flow, but I imagine this is probably, you can still probably make this a Safari extension, but you would have to do that whole flow for deploying it to the App Store, which is at least at the moment, I have no idea how to do that. Um, okay, so it's got web extension libraries. Okay, so they got polyfills for this. Probably fixes the compatibility issues that I said that there might be a few left in Safari, or sorry, Firefox. And then, anyways, there's a bunch of stuff in here, and I just want to know how we get started. So use the template. Create a repo from this template on GitHub. Okay, so let's do that. And choose an owner. I'm going to choose me, and we'll just say unsite dot dev webx. Okay, and we'll call it a browser web extension for the unsite.dev project. All right, let's create that repository. Yeah, Uno CSS looks interesting. I've never used it myself, but okay, so we've got this here. I'm gonna copy this. Big fan of the GitHub CLI, so let's just come over to VS Code. All right, I'm gonna go back to light mode for streaming. There we go. I know people might say, "Oh, my eyes," but it's I find it's better for streaming just in terms of seeing it. Okay, let's come down here. Let's go to dev OSS, and I'll zoom this in a bit. Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna git clone that project. So Nikiti online unsite.dev dash webx. It's gonna clone in and call it unsite dot. Okay, yep. And this is gonna reopen it in VS Code. C is just a shortcut for me, and my alias is in ZSH. It opens VS Code. It runs VS Code like the code command with the -r flag so that it reopens it in the same one. So, okay, so we've got it here. I'm gonna go ahead and since we're in here, I can probably just go on the README in the actual project now. Let's go to preview. Markdown preview is super handy. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to the bottom here. All right, so clone it if you prefer to do it manually with the clean. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I have it locally now, and here is the structure. Okay, it's even got E2E test set up with Playwright, I'm guessing, or is it something else? Actually, Side note, I will shamelessly plug for a second. I gave a talk on testing browser extensions recently. So for anybody interested in that, because it is kind of relevant to what we're doing today, I'll just pop that in there. Boom. Cool. All right. Hold on a sec. I think I gotta close the browser window. 2 seconds here. I think I got my work. Or what was that open? There. No. All good. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go back to pairing. It's pairing, but it's just me. But all right. Let's go back to here. So this is just showing the breakdown of things. So background scripts. Think of this as the back end that I was mentioning. Components is where there's components, I guess, and content scripts is what I was mentioning before, and there's styles and other things, and then you got the manifest as well. So let's start off here. Let's go to the content script. Let's see here, index.ts. Okay, let's just I guess just let's run this thing. So I'm gonna do npm run dev. Is it, are they using npm or pnpm? I can't remember. Preview readme. Okay. Oh yeah, they are using pnpm. Okay, which is fine. I think I need to update it. pnpm. Okay, pnpm-v. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so let's run pnpm dev. Oh, would help if I installed things first. Pnpm install. Is that it? Oh, I just don't know how to type pnpm install. Okay, I might as well update pnpm once it's done. So this is just setting up, getting all our dependencies. Just give us a second. Okay, we're all done. Let's update pnpm. Nothing to stop, no servers running. Okay, we will do that later. Okay, so we've installed the dependencies. Okay, do you want to install the recommended extensions for Vue and Anthony Foo for this repository? Yes. Let's just install them. Hybrid mode is disabled automatically because there's potentially incompatible GitHub Copilot. Okay, I don't know about that, but we'll leave that for now. Okay, so it's probably similar to the other project I've used, but so if we do pnpm build, it should create a dist folder, or where does it put it? We'll see in a second. Extensions dist. Okay, yeah. So this is the folder that you would deploy if you were actually gonna publish this. So let's just trash that for a sec. Trash extension dist. Okay. And I'm going to do pnpm dev. Now it should generate a dist folder still, but this dist folder will get updated as we make changes. So what we need to do first is we actually need to register it. So let's come to, I'm using Edge, but it doesn't matter. It's a similar process if you're in Chrome or another Chromium-based browser that supports browser extensions. So, okay, I can zoom this in. Great. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is like you have installed extensions, but if you want to develop an extension, you have to do something called loading it unpacked. So you say load unpacked, click on that button, then you come to where is it? OSS, and what the heck did I call it again? Um, Onsite dev web extension. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the extension folder, and then I'm gonna go. Okay, it's not there. It's up one. So you see, there's a manifest there. You need to have the folder where the manifest is. So I'm gonna say select and it should add this. It's right here. Okay, and so now we have that enabled, and it's in development mode, but it's actually installed as a browser extension now. So now let's go to like let's go over to Blue Sky, and I'm just gonna show the extension over here. Let's just pop it up here, and you can see there's things here. This is some stuff that comes out of the box. Like this is like open options, and you can get options for the browser extension. We don't necessarily have to use that right now, but the browser extension is working. Okay, so let's close that for now. Okay, now I'm just gonna do something very basic, but let's close all these here, and let's go to index.ts and the content scripts. So there's a console log here, and I'm gonna do an alert. Sup, expected one empty line. Yeah, sure. Okay, there we go. Type void as no call signatures. That's fine. It should build still, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now let's refresh this page. Uh, did it not reload it? Let's see here. Let me read the instruction. It should be able to. Maybe I'm not in the right spot. Hold on a sec. This is the first time I use this particular project. So, okay, so there's the messaging, like I was saying, const container, open closed, mount component to context window. That's the content script. Is there anything else? Index. Oh wait, so that's no, that's the generated one. Sorry. Content script views app.view. So what's in here? VTest web extension. Okay, so this is the options page, I think. So if I add this here and come back, is this it? Bu- 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 reload. Okay, let's go. Nothing against Matty Stratton, but I'm sure he doesn't want his face to keep showing up on my live stream. So let's go to another page. Let's go to LinkedIn. Why is the extension? I didn't think I'd have to reload it, but let's take a peek here. Let's go to the extension. So a couple things about browser extensions. You can come and manage them. You can get the details. You can also set it to allow in private. I do this for sometimes for certain extensions, like if I need one password when I'm testing stuff. What else? I'm curious why it's not reloading. Okay, so I reloaded it, and if we come back to somewhere like this, why is it not updating? Let's see here. Maybe I'm not looking at what I think I'm looking at. Options, open options. This is the page. Okay, hold on a sec. Is my, oh, multiple conflicting source maps. Okay. Okay, well, let's get it working first. So this is, I'm just gonna put the alert and I'm gonna build it. Yo. Okay, and let's just do a pnpm build. Just because I want to make sure it actually is using this browser extension. Okay, so built it. So now if I come back here and let's go manage extension. Let's actually installed. Let's remove it. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm just doing a test here because I just want to make sure because it is loaded unpacked because we did see it there. This is the built version, so it should have an alert in it. So now if I come over here, okay. So you see it says yo. That's the alert I had. So I'm not sure why the hot reloading isn't working. So let's just do trash again, and let's do pnpm dev, and let's come back to the extension, and if it doesn't hot reload, I'm just gonna go read a bit more on the project. This is something that's traditionally been kind of annoying with browser extensions. You had to manually reload, and there was a tool at one point where it would refresh it, but when the Manifest 3 came out, it wasn't working. And so let's just do a reload. Any errors? Okay, there's an error. Okay, that's why it didn't. Alert is not a function. Okay, sure. So, okay, so it didn't do anything because it's not built. So let's just do this. I just basically want to have something show up. And let's do that. This could just be, okay. It's just not letting me. Let's do it in the mount. Where is this? Mount component to context window, name, dev option, close, content script, styles, setup app. I think this is setting up the pop-up. Uh, okay, console log, vtest, navigate, way. Okay, browser tab. Okay, this is in here. I'm just gonna put alert in here. Alert. Hello world. Unexpected alert. Okay, let's just ES linked. That's fine. Okay, that works. So now if I clear this, okay, so it was really just a build error. That's why it wasn't updating, which makes sense. Okay, if I reload it, so there's no error here now. So this is also just some tips for like when you're like, why is it not working? Come in and manage the browser extension, see if there's any errors, and that'll be helpful. Okay, so it looks like it's there now. So like if we come to a page and refresh, it says hello world now. Okay, so I think we're in good shape now. So if we come back here and let me close a few things and I say, I don't know, uh, what's up, Pranav? And I come here and refresh. Okay, it didn't update. Why didn't it update? This is what I want to see what's going on. Because I can obviously reload it manually. And maybe this is not part of the project. Like, maybe they, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go to, just doing a time check. I have a 4:30. Okay. All right. Still got time. So it's not reloading it, but I just want to see if there's any errors. What's up, Pranav? No, should be good. Maybe that only runs once or something. No, let's put it back in there. Okay, let's reload. Okay, it's not updating. Let's just go manage it for a second. And I'm gonna reload it. And it should say hello Pranav now. Yeah, what's up Pranav? Okay, so the hot reloading is not working, and this maybe this is something that's not part of the project because like I mentioned, this was something that was a pain to do in since they've done the version 3 of the manifest. So it just could be that this is not part of what the project does, which is fine. I just gonna go ahead and reload this and refresh. Okay, so nothing there. Okay, that's one thing. Let's go to the manifest, the TypeScript one. Okay, that's read manifest, default, background, tab, store. Okay, so let's go ahead and modify the host permissions, and let's just say um, .github, or let's just say github.com, or does www work too? Okay, it just goes to github.com. So let's just go github.com. And we want to make sure it's HTTPS. By default, nothing's set there because it's just saying allow all protocols. So we're setting the host permissions to only be for GitHub now. So now I'm going to put my famous alert back. Okay, this is not going to alert. Let's go ahead and reload it. And I'll look at why it's not reloading after. So let's reload. Okay, so I'm going to refresh. It says, what's up, Pranav? That's expected. Let's go to LinkedIn and let's refresh. Okay, why is it, why is it doing it there? It's not supposed to. Did I not do it in the right place? Hold on a sec. Host permissions. Okay, let's go see what the manifest generated. Let's go see the source of truth. So let's go in extension, manifest. So this is what gets generated. And host permissions. Oh, it's the matches. Sorry, that's where it should be. Where's matches? Yeah, okay, this is where I meant to do it. We can leave the host permissions for now, but basically we add it here. By default, it's all URLs. Like I was mentioning before, that makes sense in the context of something like 1Password, but okay. So let's come back here and let's reload it. Okay, failed. Okay, interesting. Empty path. What didn't it like? Retry. Okay, that worked. Let's put, oh, I think it's this domain. Was it github.com? Reload. No, really? Content script 0 matches 0 missing scheme separator. Yeah, okay, I'll put that back in. HTTPS. Scheme being HTTPS in this case. Retry. Missing scheme separator. All right. Am I imagining things? Let me go look at what I had in my other one. Let's check the manifest again. Pretty sure I had it right. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, it can be like more explicit, I guess. But that should have been fine. Let's just do GitHub. This is probably fine. Let's try that. Okay, there we're good. Okay, so let's come back here. Let's refresh. We see what's up, Pranav. That's expected. Let's refresh. Okay, so notice there was no alert there now. So this is what I mean about you want it to be specific to certain domains. So, all right, so that's good. So let's just start off small here and let's the manifest. Yeah, so let's commit that and let's open up here. Let's just clear. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so initial commit, and then we'll do git chore set to only, or let's say browser extension only runs on github.com now. Okay. I just want to read up a bit on the reloading because I'm still confused why it's not. And it could be a limitation because I haven't seen any projects that have been able to do this since. Where is it? At food. Yep. So okay, I got what's up Pranav happening there. Okay. We were not having trailing star. That could have been the issue. Yeah, it could have been that just to allow any page. Yeah, I think it might have just been that. So we did update that. Okay. There's a pop-up. the options page. I'm curious if I think the hot reloading will work for the UI, but I don't know. Let's just go see. So let's start it up again. Uh, push. Okay. Let's do git reset hard head. Okay, and let's start pnpm dev again. Okay, so it's running again. And also, like, if you go, okay, that can't be found. Network hosts, use dash s host to expose. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and again, I don't know if this will be the thing, but let's just reload it because I'm running dev mode now. And let's just go back to GitHub. Okay, and we don't need the test and all that stuff. That's work stuff. Okay, let's open up another one. Oh no, that's good. Okay, let's come over here. Let's just get some real estate back. Close that. Okay, pop up view. Okay, so the pop up is this here. Where did my VTEC? There we go. So that's here. Let's see if I can actually change that. So I'll make this a bit bigger. Okay, this I can't zoom in because it's part of the browser extension. It's not a regular page, but okay, so we're in the pop-up view and so it says storage demo. Okay, so if I do yo, okay, so it's just not updating. What is it? All right, very interesting. Gonna have to see what's up there, but let's just go look in the repo real quick. I know we haven't made much progress yet, but I think it's good to just talk about the project in general and we've got it wired up now, but um beat powered starter template, options page, inject view, okay. Use Vite on dev, no more refresh. Script setup, syntax, and more, pre-packed. Okay, development, yes. Below the extension in browser with the extension folder. Okay, yeah, so for Firefox it's different. WebEx auto reload the extension when extension files change. While Vite and HMR automatically in the most case, extension reloader is still recommended for cleaner hard reloading. Okay, so this is a browser extension, funny enough, to help with the reloading. So maybe it's just that. Because yeah, I'm not seeing any changes. So let's open that. And let's go and get this, add extension. No, I don't want to switch to Chrome. Okay, so it's been added. And let's just go, boom. Where is it? Where's the reloader? Where'd you go? Extension reloader, yeah. Oh, there we go. So let's show it. So here, if I refresh, okay, does that just kills it? Is that what it does? Okay. Okay, now let's try this. Okay, so let's put this back. Yo. Doesn't refresh. Let's extension reload. Come back. Still not updating it. What is going on? If we save this, I'm clearly missing something super simple here, but Um, yo 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 is in there. Oh wait, no, it's not there. Yeah, that's right. So why didn't extension reloader work? Let's come back here. Much confused. Okay. Okay. Found an issue. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Pranav. Let me copy that. It's something I think it's an issue. Yeah. MV3. Okay. Script index. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is like the common issue like I was mentioning before. This used to work really well when it was the manifest version 2, but yeah, the thing is like I get that maybe it doesn't do for the content script, but I can't get it working on the other stuff too. Plasmo seems to not be okay. It's not a big deal, but thank you for posting that, Pranav, because didn't want to waste too much time on it. So it's okay if that's the case. Um, the other thing you can do is like say you're building out the side panel and stuff. If you want to just build it out, you can run this. I don't know why localhost is not showing. Oh yeah, if you go to where is it? You should be able to go to a web page. Network. Use dash dash host to expose. Okay. Let's see. Okay, but clearly the HMR is not working, and I had the same problem in the other project I was using too. Again, like I said, used to work fine for Manifest 2, but Manifest 3, I haven't found any that have worked yet. But I'm actually surprised the extension reloader isn't changing much either. So let's go to index ts content scripts. Okay, let's put that what's up in, and let's close this. Let's refresh, and let's do extension reloader. Okay, yeah. So the extension reloader works for the content script. That's good. It's just a little annoying, but yeah. Yeah, no, Manifest 3, it's I can't remember what the change was with Manifest 3, but it basically killed anybody that had the scripts or whatever to do this hot reloading. It just didn't work anymore. So, okay, so it seems like we have to go with the extension reloader, which is fine. Just glad aware of that. But I am curious why this doesn't update, because I have yo 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 here. I mean, like, let's do storage, or let's do storagey. And that's still not doing it if I refresh. Yeah, why does the side panel not update? Okay. Pop-up view, that is the pop-up. Uh, go to the options page. Options view. Powered by Vite. Yes. Inline block. Let's just add a few here. Okay, interesting. So the options are hot reloading. That's good. So it's only certain parts, I think. So that works. So like if we undo this again, save that. Okay, that's good. I can zoom that in. Sorry. Okay, so if I do this again, boom, 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 save, you can see it updates. Okay, so that's working for the web part. It's the content script is it's I think the issue is because like with the content script, you're on the web page, the page is loaded, the content script run. So you I don't know. You kind of need to it should still work, but it's clearly the manifest v3 like we were saying. But I am curious why the side panel. Oh, I'm such a moron. It's pop-up view is something else. Side panel is this. It looked the same though, I guess. So like if we look here, okay, now this should work. Okay, so that all works. Okay. It's really just the content script. I feel silly. So what is the pop-up then? Open options. That's that. Where is pop-up view used? README, main, import app, div, pop-up view. Import app, setup app. It mounts it there. Okay. I'm still confused why that doesn't update, but and I got thrown off too because it's called app, but it's actually pop-up view. But the pop-up is yeah, where is it? If I remove well, I can't remove that, but I'm curious. So this is index.html, yes. Main TS, that makes sense. That's that, and then pop-up. I think yeah, where is this pop-up? Because that's the side panel. Did I? Oh, maybe I just didn't define it. Oh, wait. Extension up. No, where is it? Yeah, that's the side panel. That's there. Extension options. No. Okay. Oh, there's the pop-up. Storagey. Okay, why wasn't that popping up though? Oh, you know what? It could be the different browser. I'm in Edge, not Chrome. But why is that? It's the same thing. It's the sidebar is the same as the pop-up, but okay. All right. Anyways, okay, so it's just I wasn't showing the pop-up, so that's okay. Learning experience. I don't know why that wasn't, because if we do, let me just open up Chrome for a sec, because Chrome definitely has pop-up. I don't remember ever seeing a side panel. Maybe that's just, I guess that exists. I don't remember that in browser extensions, but okay, let's go. I'm in Chrome now, and let's load it unpacked. Let's go to dev and donut. Oh yeah, B-Mine's going to donut. I can throw in a few other there if anybody wants a poop emoji or lobster for Todd. And let's just get a hella fresh. Okay. Um. Yeah. So go back to OSS, the extension, onsite web extension, extension. Okay. So let's load it. Okay. It's there. And let's make sure it's visible. Okay, so here, okay, there is a sidebar. I don't remember there ever being sidebars, but okay, options, that's fine too. And then whatever happened to the pop-up? Like I get inspect pop-up and that's gonna show it. I just feel like side panel is it's literally the same thing as that, but anyways, just confusion I guess by me. But it used to be when you clicked on a browser extension, like if you click on this, you see there's a pop-up. And that's what I was expecting here. That's why I got thrown off with the pinned. Anyways, okay, so they're just separate things. Poop Halo now. Thank you. Cool, cool. Let's just close this. Okay. So all that to say, just to be super clear, the hot module reloading works for the UI stuff here, like the options page and the side panel and the pop-up whenever it shows up. I don't know why it doesn't show up because like others have. Yeah, okay. And we see what's up Pranav still working. Um, let's see. I'm curious. I don't think it's gonna work if I remove it, but I'm just curious. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so then we do a reload. And okay, it's working now. Okay, so it looks like the extension reloader only for the content script, the other stuff, no. In our case, what we want to do is we want to load UI onto the issues page. So I'm gonna kind of have to wrap up. I know we didn't make progress so much. I mean, we made progress in the sense like got it set up and stuff, went through like what all the moving pieces are. But I'll need to continue on this. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out. I've got an interview in about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go prep for that. Um, Thanks everybody for hanging, and we'll see you in the next one. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for hanging it. Yeah, gonna go crush it. Take care, everybody.